Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we patched the message call with the parameters for the parent window to become FF00 by using the move 0 to AL instruction. However, that will produce some errors. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if you were to run this, sometimes it doesn't work. Now it fails. So using XOR assembly, we'll reset the EAX register to 0. So this will set the entire bytes all to 0 instead of just the first byte. So let's get started. Open the crackme1 file with x64dbg. Click on run or press F9 to go to the entry point. Then search for string references. And you can find the string reference for the wrong message box here. Double click to go to the address, and this is the breakpoint which we set earlier. Now over here you can see that previously we assembled this with no op, and then we assemble the move AL 0 to one of the knobs, and that produces some kind of error, as you have seen. And in this lesson I'm going to show you another way. So over here is supposed to jump, so we will no op this first, double click, and then no op the instruction. Click OK, make sure this is checked, close this. Now we have two knobs to replace the jump, so it will not jump. Now the next thing we want to do is to set this EX to 0, so that over here, down here, when we push EX, it will push 0 instead of FF00. So we want to assemble a new instruction, which I will show you. It is called XOR EX. If you were to assemble here, XOR EX, and click on this to check how much size it takes, it seems that it's bigger by 1 byte. So it should be fine. So if we were to assemble this now, it will take 2 bytes. So we have 2 bytes here, so it should be just fine. By checking this, we tell the assembler that we only want 1 byte because we want to keep size, but it is complaining, say that instruction is bigger by 1 byte. So it is telling us that this assembly will take up 2 bytes, the 1 byte which we have here plus another byte. So that is fine. So that's what we need. We have 2 bytes here, so it's sufficient. So uncheck this and assemble, and look, it takes up the 2 bytes. So now we have already no op and replace EX at the same time. Instead of no op, we replace one instruction to kill 2 birds. That means this XOR itself replaces the jump, so there's no more jump, and at the same time it sets EX to 0. So whenever you want to set something to 0, you just do an XOR followed by the register name twice. That will set it to 0. So now let us run this and give it a check. So we will enter anything we like, click check. So it is hit our breakpoint, and we click run, and we can see down here the well done is already shown. Now we can patch it. So go to file, patch file, click on the button patch file, and this time we're going to call it patch2 at the back. So click save, OK, and close this and stop this as well. So now we can go and test our patch2. Enter anything, check, it works. Enter something else, check, it works. Enter another thing, check, it works. So it works for every argument. This one still works too. Let us trace it. Let's see what happens in the debugger. So we'll open patch2 and follow along. So now we press F9 or click on this to run to the entry point, and then search for string, current module, string references, and then over here you will see the message here. So just go to that address and then scroll up and look for our new assembly. This is the one. Now we want to trace the stack, so we just put a breakpoint just above it. So over here, this is where the first parameter is pushed. Now this message box will take 4 parameters. As you recall, it takes 4 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. Alright. Now the difference is we are assembling this with 4 bytes. So all the zeros will be cleared to 0. So first parameter is this, which is this one here. Then second parameter push is here. So this will be over here. Then the next one will be this, which is this, and the final one will be this, which should be 0 by the time we reach that line. So let's give it a try. So we run this. Key in anything, click on the button check, and it pauses at our breakpoint. So now it's ready to push 0 to the stack. Press F8 and it pushes 0 to the stack. Press F8 again. Press F8 and it's supposed to set EAX to 0. Presently EAX is FF, 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 FF. So now we press F8 to execute this instruction, and notice it sets everything to 0. Previously, when we used the move instruction, move AL0, it will produce this Now the better way now I've shown you is to do this. When you do this, we set EAX to 0, which means you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so this is better. Previously this failed sometimes because only the first byte was set to 0. Okay, fine. So now we are going to push the next instruction, push the next string to the stack, so F8, and the congrats is pushed to the stack. Congrats is a caption. Now press F8 again, and well done string is pushed to the stack. And now we are going to push EAX, which is 0, to the stack. Correct, perfect. So now we have the stack properly pushed. We have 0, the string, the caption, and 0. This is what we want. We have 0, the caption, the string, and the parent window ID. So that's it. So now we call the function, press F8, and you can see the message box is shown. So it's working. So that's it. In future, if you wanted to patch something register to set it to 0, a good way will be to use XOR EX EX. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.